Hi, I'm Ruth Kinane with Entertainment Weekly, and we are here at New York Comic Con with the cast of Castle Rock. Okay, so this season 2 is a new cast, a new story. I mean, anyone want to jump in and give us a kind of overview of the story arc?
Dusty does.
Yeah. Season 2 is the story of one of Stephen King's greatest creations, Annie Wilkes, and her daughter, who crash into the town of Castle Rock and meet this illustrious cast of characters and complicate their lives and make things go pretty crazy.
Would you say that the overall tone is similar to season 1, so fans that are coming back are going to be like, they're familiar with what's going on?
I would say it's like season 1 on steroids. It's a little bit bigger and faster and a little crazier.
That's what we like to hear. For you guys on the cast, what kind of drew you in, and also can you give us a little bit of insight into your characters? We can just go around.
Cool. Take it away.
Oh, yes, me now.
You're in the one spot.
This is so much pressure.
Go.
I don't know. I mean, I had been doing press the same year that season 1 of Castle Rock came out, so I saw all the accolades it was getting, and I don't know. I love Stephen King. My father read me The Langoliers and The Mist as a child to go to sleep. You know what? This is why I'm the way I am.
It shaped you.
Exactly. So, thank you, Mr. King. Yeah, but I mean, I was very excited just to be working, and it ended up great, and I met all these cool nerds.
Okay.
Yeah, I was a big fan of the first season. I watched it when it came out and was very much looking forward to sitting on my couch and enjoying watching season 2. But this has ruined that for me.
Had to work.
Yes, had to make season 2, and now I'll never be able to relax while watching season 2. But I play Annie Wilkes, and I think we hopefully will give you a different insight into the Annie Wilkes you know and love from the past.
I think any chance to play, in the Stephen King world is pretty exciting. So that's what drew me to it more than anything, and a chance to, work with these people. It was pretty amazing.
In the back?
Yeah, it was fun doing the Stephen King story, even though we're not past the Stephen King character. I'm going to be playing Abdi, Holwadag, and got adopted by Pop Merrill as a young person, and me and my sister, and we grew up in Castle Rock.
No wonder you turned out like you did.
Yeah.
Not the best.
I play Ace Merrill,
What can I do?
who you probably know from Stand By Me. Kiefer Sutherland played that part very well. And I just do my best to mimic him in all ways. No, it's great to be in the Stephen King universe. I think that the possibilities are so sort of grand and huge, but at the same time, his books do it, and I think Dusty did it with the script. It's still about the relationships between the people, and it's about the ways in which these people that sometimes are ethically challenged, they still are reaching for things that are kind of good in a way. So I think it's really complicated, and that's a really fun place to be.
And I play Dr. Nadia Halwadag, and she's the mother of Abdi, and she was displaced from Somalia and finds herself in Castle Rock, adopted as a child. And yeah, I think when the Stephen King proverbial hits the fan, she tries to figure out why there's so much proverbial all over the place.
And of course we have Tim Robbins also this season, who...
Where is Tim? That's the
where is
question.
Tim?
He plays a ghost.
As himself,
Who everybody knows from Shawshank and many other
not from
amazing
this
Tim
interview.
Robbins movies, but not from this interview. And it was great getting Tim back into the Stephen King universe as well.
Yeah, for sure. Lizzy, for you playing this complete psychopath, how do you walk away from that at the end of the day? Does it just, or is it just fun? Like, how do you hang that up?
Before I started working on this, this was never part of my process leaving set, but on this show, I found myself with this urge to kill small animals. So I don't know what that means really. I felt like it was Annie doing it, but
So you're blameless, really?
Yeah, I mean, I don't, maybe so. But there are a few less squirrels in rural Massachusetts.
That's not a bad thing.
Today.
Squirrels are...
Thank you. I agree. Squirrels. They deserve it.
And
Yeah,
just
sorry.
took their pens.
Come
out.
at me.
I wonder for all of you reading the script, is there ever a point where you're just like, this is too creepy, I need a break, and like take a walk and then come back to it? Or writing it even, or are you just like, what's
Again, we were in rural Massachusetts. Taking a walk would have been like
Wasn't-
scarier than anything.
Absolutely worse than reading the script.
Dustin, there were so many great guest stars on the first season. Did we get to see some of those this time around?
You know, the idea of the show was always that we were going to kind of return to certain threads,
Yeah.
and that over the course of many seasons, we'd be sort of building this giant Stephen King tapestry. So I think, like Stephen does with his books, people will pop back up in unexpected places. You just may not be ready for it or anticipating it.
Right. It feels like there's so many adaptations of Stephen King's work out there at the moment. Why do you think there's such a hunger for it? I don't know.
It's so good.
Simply put.
I think people love the horror aspect, but there's also a level of humanity to his characters that I think everybody can relate to. So I think that is a big draw for readers, I think, to his work, is because it translates in a way. And there's so many themes in season 2 that I feel like are current day themes.
Right.
You know, they might not be as obvious in your face, but they're there. And so
Yeah.
I think it's important to have that, and I think it draws in a lot of people.
Totally. If you guys could be part of another Stephen King adaptation, which would it be and why? Or a specific character, maybe?
For me, it would be Cujo, and I would play Cujo.
Yeah.
Make it happen. Use the CG from Cats.
Yeah. Same CG as Cats. Imagine that. Elsie Fisher's Cujo, using the same CG as Cats.
Beautiful.
Okay? I'm going to pick Shawshank because I would like to spend time with a younger Tim Robbins.
Well played.
Beat that.
I want to revisit one of the older ones called Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
I don't know what character per se, but I would
truck.
love to. I would love to play that truck. Definitely.
Truck.
I would.
CG from Cats.
I would like to. I would like to live in his book on writing so that I could write as well as he does.
Kiss up.
Nicely played.
I want to be in the. Do you guys remember Creep Show? Do you remember Creep, the like short stories? You know, Stephen King was in one of those.
Oh.
Do you remember the one where he's like, I don't know the name of it, but he plays like kind of a hick, you know, that's sort of like out in the trees, and he finds this meteor, and there's like green stuff, and it like grows and changes him into like a, I don't know, some sort of, you know what I'm
Did you
talking
make
about?
up this story?
No, I'm telling you. That's the one I remember. I want to play that guy. His name is something like Verrill or something. It's like something Verrill. But yeah. Yeah, I want to play that guy.
With the green
Ace
stuff
Barrel.
growing.
The green stuff, and then he grows like trees start to grow out of his. Yeah.
I also think that would happen.
No, I'm telling you, you would remember. It's from Creep
When
Show.
you're a kid and you eat
That's
seeds,
the way to
and
go
you think
out,
a tree's
though.
gonna grow inside
Apparently,
you.
a fir tree can grow inside
If
your
you eat
lungs.
seeds.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Lungs,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yeah, in your
I
lungs,
think I
guys,
play
in your lungs.
Stephen
Season
King.
3.
That's the question.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you guys so much
You're
for
more than
stopping
welcome.
by.
Yeah,
thank you.
And stay tuned to
Bye.
Entertainment Weekly for more from Comic-Con.
Ciao, ciao, hello,
Enjoy
bye-bye.
the graphic.